Everybody tells us that exercise is good for us, so here's a great way to feel good in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jason and welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to start with some backward circles with our arms. So keep your arms nice and straight and we'll just circle them backwards, just to start to warm up our shoulders. And then we can move forwards. Again, try to bring your arms past your ears. And then we can put our hands on our hips and open our legs. And we circle one arm across our body and stretch over to the side and hold. And then swap arms and circle and stretch. And swap and circle and stretch. Swap, circle, stretch, swap, circle, stretch, swap, circle, stretch. Okay, then just to loosen up our shoulders a little bit, you bring one arm across our head, grab hold of your elbow and just gently pull on your arm so you can feel the stretch in your shoulder. And just hold. And then you can do the same with the other arm. Arm over your head, bending at the elbow, grab hold of your elbow and pull across. And then we could do a similar exercise in the front of our body, arm across your body, grab hold of your elbow and pull your elbow towards your chest. And the same with the other arm, across the body, grab hold of your elbow and pull your arm towards your chest. Next we can sit down on the floor, legs out straight in front of you, arms bent at the elbows, hands facing forwards, and just bend our arms so you can feel the stretch in the front of your shoulder. And just hold. And you can make circles with your shoulders, just so we can allow our shoulders to go through the full range of movement. And then we can circle the other way as well. Then we can sit up straight, turn your hands so your fingers are facing backwards, and just gently walk your hands out as far as you can, reaching your maximum range of movement, and then hold. When you're holding your stretches, it's a good idea to hold more than 10 seconds, just so you allow your muscles to pass through the myotatic reflex. Good. Now we're going to return back to our feet, hands on your hips, and we'll just make some circles with our hips. Just nice and gently. And again, the other way. And we can start to explore the range of movement so we can bend forwards. Trying to keep your legs straight and your back nice and flat and your head up. And then backwards. Again, try and keep your legs nice and straight so you can really feel the stretch in your hips. Sideways. And to the other side. Next we can sit down. Our legs up nice and straight, and we bend one leg up. Now we turn across the leg that's bent, put both hands on the floor, and just use that leg to anchor so you can twist your body and turn your torso and feel the stretch down your back. And then swap legs and do the same on the other side. We can then lie flat on our backs, arms out to the side, and you can bring one leg across the body to see if you can try and reach the other hand. can turn around if needs be and do the same on the other side. Bring one leg across, keep your leg nice and straight. Touch the other side. We can roll over onto our tummy and repeat that exercise, but this time on our front. So again, try and keep your hip on the floor, just reach across towards the other hand. And again, with the other leg, just reach across to the other side. Next we can stand up, legs apart, at least shoulder width. Okay, and we're just going to stretch up and then reach all the way down towards the floor. Don't worry if you can't touch the floor, just try and keep your legs nice and straight. Hands can go flat on the floor and stretch up again. So nice and slowly, no sudden movements, all the way down as far as you can. Feel the stretch. Obviously, the more flexible you are, you can bend your arms. And one more time, big stretch, up high, and then reach all the way down, and then feel the stretch down the back of your legs. Next, we can sit on the floor, bend our legs in, make sure your feet are together. Just make sure you sit that you're comfortable. Back up nice and straight. Put your hands on either knee and you lean forwards a little bit and just gently push down on your knees so you feel the stretch in your hips. And then very similar, we can put our hands on the floor just by our feet and again just slide our hands forward. Try and keep your head up in a natural position. And just reach forward as far as you can. Try and keep your back as straight as possible so you're not too hunched over. And then similar exercise. This time we can keep one leg straight, one leg is bent, and again, just see if you can reach past your foot. And hold that stretch. And then you can change legs and do the same on the other leg. And hold. Next exercise, we can try and keep our legs together. And again, similar to what we've just done, both legs straight this time, just stretching forwards. Your feet and hold. Again, I'm going a little bit quick, but try and hold the stretch for at least 10 seconds. So again, pass your feet and hold. You should feel it stretching at the back of your legs and your hamstrings. Now we can bend one leg up, we can grab hold of our toes, and we can slowly straighten our leg if you can. Don't worry if you can't straighten it. And feel the stretch down the back of your leg. In order to enhance the stretch, we can pull our toes further towards us. And repeat on the other leg. Bend your leg in. Straighten your leg as far as you can. If you can only get to a bent leg position, that's absolutely fine. But if you can go straight, that's good. And then pull your toes towards you so you feel it stretch down the back of your legs. Great. And then we can start with some lunges. So we're going to bend one leg and put the other leg straight out to the side. Hands on the floor to give you balance. Your foot doesn't have to be on the floor. Be best up on your toes and just try and push your hip down towards the floor. And you should feel it stretch down the inside of your leg. And then we can bring that leg in and stretch our other leg out to the side and do exactly the same. Feel it stretch down your leg. And then we can turn outwards, sideways over the bent knee. Hands just by your toes, make sure your knee is over your toes. Back leg straight, and just push your hip down to the floor and hold the stretch. You can then put your knee on the floor and just stretch it down even further. You'll feel it stretching a little bit of a different area in your hip. And then again, turn to the other side. Foot flat on the floor, hands in front of your feet. Back leg straight to start with. Push your hip down towards the floor. And then knee on the floor, and then push your hip down even further. From that position, we can move onto our back knee and put our legs straight in front of us. Now you might already feel a stretch in this position, but if you can, hands on the floor and just lean forward towards your knee. And again, you'll feel it stretch in the back of your legs. And then you can return to the other side and repeat the same. Start in the kneeling position, leg out straight in front of you, hands on the floor, and then just lean. So you try and keep your hips up as high as you can, but you're pushing the weight downwards on your legs so you feel the stretch. Good. You can then sit and straddle. Legs out. They don't have to be too wide, but at least make sure they're at a 45-degree angle. And again, try and push the lower back in and pull your shoulders backwards so we're sitting up nice and straight. Just so we're stretching those sitting muscles there. And from that position, keeping your head up, we can try and reach out as far as we can. Doesn't matter if it's only a little bit, but again, you're just stretching in your hips and you'll feel it stretch. Nice and gently, hold at the maximum stretch point, and then you can come back. And gradually over time, you'll find, especially if you start to relax your muscles when you're in that full stretch position, you'll be able to go a little bit further and further. And we can repeat the same exercise, turning towards one leg. So we turn towards one leg. Again, try and keep your body up nice and straight, and just try and stretch past your foot as far as you can. And back, and again the same on the other leg. Sit up nice and straight and try and stretch as far as you can. Brilliant. It's good again just to loosen up the muscles in between your stretches, just to allow the muscles to relax and recover. From crouch position, similar exercise for our hamstring. Hands flat on the floor, and you can just push your heels down and just straighten your legs as far as you can. Again, if you can only get to a bent leg position, that's absolutely fine, but we're trying to get towards that straight leg position to stretch the hamstrings. Then you can come down and then stretch again. Our next exercise, on our hands and feet, we put one foot behind us. So you can't put your heel on the floor, the leg in front is bent slightly, and you're just trying to push your heel down towards the floor. And your foot should feel that stretch in the back of your calf. Again, hold, and then you can swap legs, other foot behind, make sure your back leg is straight, and just push your heel down towards the floor. And then you can put both legs out straight, and then just push your heels down and lift back up on your toes. Push your heels down, lift back up on your toes, and push your heels down and lift back up onto your toes, and you can repeat that exercise. Similarly, You can start in a crouch position, and this is quite difficult to keep your balance, but you can push your heels down to the floor. You'll have to move your hands forward to counterbalance, and just try and make sure your ankles and your knees are together. Again, if you've got knee problems, this will probably be a little bit difficult for you, but you can do it with not such a bent leg. And then from that position, we can move up onto our toes. Again, keep our ankles together, and then down. Up onto our toes, keeping the ankles together all the time, and down. And one more up on your toes, and keeping your ankles together as you go down. Our next exercise, nice and gently kneel on your feet, hands on the floor to support your weight, and then you can lift your knees off the floor. You've got the weight of your body on your hands, and you can just stretch your toes, pushing your instep down towards the floor, keeping your heels together, and then down gently. Again, so you can lift your knees off the floor and just stretch your toes. You can put very little weight on your feet, so you're just stretching your toes. These exercises don't take up too much of your time and can be done every day, as little or as often as necessary. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. See you all again soon.